Hello people on the internet, I am this host, so you're welcome back to a brand new video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about is the LIN method for square one a viable method to learn. Now, before getting into this topic, I'm just going to state one fact which is true for square one, and it is to be fast at square one, you need to learn a lot of algs. Now that that is out of the way, let's see who are the type of people that will learn LIN before seeing if it is viable or not. Well, there are two types of people. First of all, those that don't want to learn many algs. People don't like learning many algs. They see LIN, they see the base method, they're like, oh, few algs, let me learn that method. Kind of like what I did. And the other type of group of people are those that learn LIN just because they like learning different methods. As in, people that would learn like ZZ would probably not learn Vandenberg for square one, but end up learning LIN because they want to use a different method than the base method, than like the most popular method. So those are kind of the two people. Sometimes you'll see people that will learn LIN for both reasons, but usually those are the two answers that you're gonna get if you ask someone why do you use LIN for LIN users obviously. Now let's start with those that learn LIN for the few amount of algorithms. Is LIN really a method that doesn't have many algorithms? Some of you may think it's weird for me to say that LIN actually has a lot of algorithms, but if you look at it, it actually does. Now, on the base method only has less than like 15 algorithms. That is true, and I'll not say it is not the case. But how far can that bring you? Uh, like sub 15, okay, may be possible, maybe. Sub 12, okay, but it's still gonna be hard. But it's not gonna push you further than that. Once you get there, it's when you're gonna start learning other sets of algorithms, and usually people start learning them even before. Like you won't, I don't think you'll find any LIN users that are sub like 15 and don't know full PLL as an example. So that already the algorithm count starts going up. So you can add full PLLs like 21 algs, a few extra parity algs for those that don't use CSP, while a lot more algs for those that use CSP. Because although okay, it's not like learning a normal algorithm, learning CSP is still kind of like learning some type of algorithms, although albeit a bit more intuitive. And then look at the fastest LINer in the world, Helmer. He knows full PLL at least I think he knows full PLL plus one. That's like an extra 72 algs. And it's like when you get to the fastest people, LIN has just about as many algs as Vandenberg would have. Maybe still slightly less, but yeah, it gets to a point where LIN has an algorithm count that is still pretty big, which as such denies the first reason why people would start using LIN. Unless obviously a person is just doing square one for fun and doesn't care about getting too fast, obviously. That is one truth about LIN. If you want to be in the top solvers in the world, you're gonna have to learn a lot more algs. Okay, so we have determined that LIN does in fact need a lot of algs, but that doesn't answer our question: is it still a viable method to learn? Well, it depends. I guess that would be the answer I would give at first, because obviously, from what I see, Vandenberg, as of right now, is the faster method. It just is. People that use Vandenberg require less effort than LIN users to go to a certain speed. If you exclude the part of learning algorithms, that is true. Like if you check, if we were to do a total amount of solves, someone that is in the 15 seconds as me would have way more solves with LIN than someone that is in the 15 seconds with Vandenberg, if that person in the 15 seconds with Vandenberg has learned all the algs he has to learn. Yeah, so it could require more effort, but will it be better in the long run? I actually feel it could. I actually feel LIN could surpass Vandenberg in the long run, in the sense that it does have fewer moves on average. Obviously, the block building part, like the two blocks or the intuitive step of LIN, can be problematic, but that can also be reduced into a fully algorithmic step if if you check, there are already sets of algorithms for second block, like second block equator control. Although their intentions may not be to provide a fully algorithmic set for second block, they do contain algorithm for second block. Now, quickly touching upon spec, is that one viable? No, because a lot of PLL plus one algs do flip the equator, so it is kind of useless to control the equator, but it still does provide a good algorithm set for second block cases to make it a lot more algorithmic, and as such make it more of a recognition execution type thing. Kind of to conclude, because I'm a bit rambling on, is the LIN method viable? Yes, the LIN method is viable once you learn a lot of extensions, and so, as such can compete with Vandenberg. But this does bring in another question. If you're not learning LIN anymore because of its low algorithm count, is LIN really worth it? And for that question, we'll just have to wait and see uh, if one day LIN actually overtakes Vandenberg or not. Because as of right now, it isn't really worth it if you want to be a top square oneer to learn LIN, because it's at the end of the day you're just learning Vandenberg but putting more effort into it. So yeah, I've been able to 35 here. If you make sure to let me know your opinions in the comments about LIN as a method, is it viable or not? And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.